Hey, year six. I hope you're well. I hope your families are well. I hope everything's going okay as much as it can be at home. I know it's difficult, and it's not something that any of us are used to, but we'll get through this. So yeah, it's Mossy here and Oscar, but he's currently asleep. He might wake up by the end, you never know. I'm doing this video just to talk you through the first week after half term. So it's the week beginning the 1st of June, and it's really exciting. We've got a new topic, which is Hola Mexico. So I'm really lucky actually, because I've travelled to Mexico quite a few years ago, but I have been there and it's a beautiful place. It really is. And so our topic is all about Mexico, as you can tell by the title of the topic. So what you're going to be looking at over the next few weeks is kind of where Mexico is, so where it's located, the continent, the countries around it, things like that. The history is something I'm really particularly interested in, is the ancient Maya civilization. So these were people, the indigenous people that lived in Mexico and other areas of Central America around 3,000 years ago. There's still actually some Maya people that are still around today in the area, but they're just not as big a community as they once were. So that's something you're going to be learning about, which is really, really exciting. And in your maths this week, you are going to be looking at 3D shapes, and you're going to be looking at circles, the different parts of circles, and doing some problem solving and things like that. So 3D shapes, I'm sure you remember what the difference is between those and 2D shapes, but have a look around your home just as a little starter and just think, what things can you see around your home, what 3D shapes are available to you kind of all the time without you really noticing it. Your English for this first week is looking at Mexico as kind of like a holiday destination. I know that's wishful thinking right now, because we are unfortunately unable to go anywhere. However, it's kind of thinking positively. If you were to try and persuade someone to go travelling to Mexico, it's looking at being persuasive. It's looking at putting a brochure together, so like a leaflet together about Mexico, and things you can find out about it. So it might be kind of like the foods that are out there, so the food and the drink, the different landscapes out there, the different cities, the language they speak, the music, just the temperature, the weather, so the climate, any animals, any plants. So just kind of anything you can really think of to do with Mexico, which might want someone to go, hey, I want to go there. And you're going to put it in a leaflet, in a brochure, try and persuade people this is the place you want to go to on your next holiday. Okay, so that's your English. I've said about your maths. Your science for this term is animals, including humans. So it's going to be looking at different parts of our bodies, so like how the heart works, our digestive system, a recap on that, and things like that. So that's kind of things we need to know, which is pretty cool. For your design and technology, you're going to be looking at different Mexican foods and different drinks as well. You might have been to some of those Mexican restaurants that we often have kind of like around Lakeside or up London or something like that serve Mexican food. Although obviously it's quite different when you actually go to Mexico itself. But in these chains you might have tried some. So you might have heard of salsa before. You might have salsa dip sometimes if you're having tortilla chips. But there's some exciting things to do with looking at different recipes for food and drink and then being able to create your own. I've got some facts for you. I just thought break it up a little bit. Now, did you know, so Mexico has the world's smallest volcano. It's 13 meters high, so you should remember like what a meter stick looks like in school. So 13 meters, so 13 of those sticks. That's the world's smallest ever volcano, and that's in Mexico. And it has a staircase inside it. So I'm just looking at Oscar's having a little wash. You might want to join us in a second. Now, Maya children were named according to the day they were born, which is quite interesting. So every day of the year, so bearing in mind how many days there are in a year, every day of the Mayan calendar had its own boy's name and girl's name. So depending what gender the child was and what day they were born on, that's the name they were given. So the parents didn't kind of have to sit around thinking about what names to give their children. It was decided for them in the Mayan culture. Okay, I'm sure all of you have heard of a Chihuahua, so the world's smallest dog. But did you know the Chihuahua is named after a Mexican state? Well, now you do. Mexico City, which is one of the places that I actually visited, is built on a lake, and every year, roughly, it is sinking 20 centimetres because it's built on a lake. So who knows what will happen in years to come. And hot chocolate, I'm sure some of you enjoy a hot chocolate before bed. I certainly do. But it was known to the Mayan people as the drink of the gods. And they actually made it hot, as the name goes, but instead of in terms of heat, they added chili. Slightly strange. Don't know how I'd feel about that. Be a nice little surprise to the taste buds. So there's some facts for you about Mexico, but I'm sure you can come up with some of your own, and I'd actually love to know some of your facts that you find out. Remember, you can contact us. So this is the email. Hopefully you can see it there. So that's the email address. So it's year6@purfleetprimary.co.uk. Remember, you can contact us. Okay, so if it's anything to do with your work, anything that you're not sure of, this is where you can get hold of us. Okay, obviously we can't do it the usual way we would in the classroom. You call us over and ask us something. We can't do that right now. So this is the way. If you're unsure of anything to do with your learning, please contact us, and we do check this every day. Okay, so yeah, so don't forget you can get hold of us on that. Now, I've spoken about all the work stuff. I genuinely do hope that you're all okay, and you are in our thoughts every day. So myself, Mrs. Leger, Miss Alabi, Mrs. Collins, Miss Rutherford, you are in our thoughts every day. We do genuinely miss you. And I hope you're finding ways to relax and to kind of cope at this time. I've been doing some colouring, not only with my Sharpies, but there's actually some good apps out there, some good free apps. So I've been doing that on my phone every now and again, doing some colouring. That way it really helps to chill me out while I'm listening to some music. Some goth music, as some of my pupils like to call it. Thanks, guys. Yeah, and I've also been trying to get through this book that I picked up a couple of years ago, and I never really kind of saw it all the way through. But as my class know, I love foxes. So this book is called Pax, and it's about a boy, a 12-year-old boy, and a fox cub that he adopts, I guess is the right word, because the fox's parents die, and so he needs looking after, and they have this wonderful relationship, and then the boy's dad has to go off to war, and so the boy's shipped off to his grandfather's, which means he can't take Pax the fox with him, so he has to release him into the wild. It's really sad. But after they're 300 miles apart, they kind of are trying to reunite, and that's what the whole story is about. So I'm really enjoying that. Speaking of foxes, actually, you may or may not know about a charity called the Fox Project, which is based in Kent. Now, they have a page on Facebook, which I follow, and they're at the moment posting a lot about their fox cubs that they're looking after. So these are cubs that, like Pax in that story, might have lost both their parents, and so they're kind of found like trying to survive by themselves. So the Fox Project take them in and kind of help them with the skills they need to learn before being released back into the wild. So they're not kept in captivity. They are released again when the time is right, and they find like the perfect place to release them. But yeah, you might want to look it up. I'm going to share one of the videos, so I'll put it along with this video. I'll put it online so you can see it on our Year 6 page, and it's really cute. It's one of the cubs kind of learning to climb, so I'll share that with you, and some photos as well of some of the cute little cubs that they've got in at the moment. But yeah, just something to help raise our spirits and kind of make us go, oh, rather than, you know, the doom and gloom of everything that's going on. So I hope everyone's well, as I've said multiple times. Unfortunately, Oscar has left, so he obviously didn't want to say hello. It's a bit unsociable. But lots of love. Keep safe. Stay happy. And try not to be a complete pain for your parents and carers. I'm sure they're doing their best. And yeah, hopefully see you soon. Bye for now.